This may be one of the coolest looking Iron Man releases that I at least have seen since I started collecting, because this figure looks amazing. This is the Mark 42 and Hot Toys just released it. So we're going to be looking at the blogger photos today. And right off the bat, I have to say that Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt might be the best sculpt like they've ever made, because that looks just like him. I know Iron Man 3 wasn't the best movie, you know, in the MCU, but it is enjoyable, and I really like the Mark 42. It has a really unique look. It kind of flips that red and gold color palette on its head, and this release from Hot Toys, it looks crazy good because of how detailed it is with all the battle damage and just customizability. And I think the customizability for this one just puts it over the top. I'm really excited. And I do have this one on order from Pop Culture. Currently, they're not shipping to the US, so I'll take a waitlist conversion if you're watching this sideshow. But yeah, let's just get into it because this looks amazing. Right off the bat, you can see that beautiful head sculpt, the battle damage armor, and of course, the battery he had to use to actually charge his suit up. And now, going on to the next slide, you can see him up here kind of falling a little. This photo, because his expression, he's chill about it, you know? He's kind of falling from the sky right now, but he's chill. So yeah. And then here on the right, of course, when he was sitting on the couch, well, I think it was just his suit of armor sitting on the couch. He really wasn't in it because he was in sentry mode or something like that. And then here, ooh, this detail is so nice. Like, look at that arm right there. Yeah, that's good. Like, I love the fact that you can just pop the arm off, pop this one in, and then you can actually see like his skin underneath. You can see all the metallic, like the metal work. You can actually see the actual like wires and everything, even the undersuit. This, yeah, like I was saying, to me, this is one of the most like unique looking releases from them. So for me, I know they have a 1.0 of this one, but since I'm a newer collector, I love 2.0s because it means I can actually get like superior versions without going on the aftermarket of figures I never was able to collect yet. And this is one of them. I love how that looks. Just look at the arc reactor right there. And what's cool is this one actually lights up with USB-C, I believe. We'll confirm at the end because I put it in a recap. But yeah, just like the metal coming through on all the burnt up, broken bits. Man, this is just such a nice looking suit. And then here, you can just see him kind of battling a little bit. You got that beautiful head sculpt once again. Look at all like the bullet holes. Look at just that, the battle damage detail. This suit, I know it's not everyone's favorite, but we have to admit this is probably one of their best Iron Man releases. It, of course, is die cast, but just the amount of detail and work they put into this one. There's two versions. There's a standard and a deluxe. But in my opinion, I say the deluxe is worth it because of the extra pieces you get, but only if you're going to actually use them. There's also a special edition, but since I ordered from Pop Culture, I didn't get the special edition, so I'll take a special edition waitlist conversion, you know? So yeah, it's just an awesome looking piece. Just look at that base as well. It gives them some height. So I will say I'm a little concerned if it's going to be too tall in my display, but I think I'll be okay. I could tilt it like this or something, but that base looks like the one they're actually going to give to, I believe it's the one that came with the battle damaged Vader, right? And they're given to like Malgus and some other Star Wars Legends figures. So it's kind of a reused base, but at the same time, yeah, I know battle damaged Vader and him were announced before I started collecting. So I'm not sure which came first, but yeah, it looks like a pretty nice looking base. I love all the wires hanging down and everything like that. And then here on the right, once again, that battle damage and swap out arm and everything is just awesome. And then here, this is probably the cleanest you can get them. You can see a bit of like some dings, some dirt and everything all up in the suit, but there's like three main looks for this figure. And that is what I'm really excited for, because if you want to, you can have them kind of clean like this because, you know, there's not a bunch of holes and stuff in them. His arm's intact, but then you can get him battle damage like this on the right. Like you can have the whole like suit burning up. Like I love the like the burnt metal look in there. You see that all like the char and all those gashes in there. And then his arm, you can actually have it out, and just that head sculpt being all battle damage too just seals the deal for me. I will say though, die cast, you know, some of the joints look a little odd in this region, in the crotchal region. So I probably wouldn't have him kneeling like this in my opinion, but you know, you can do that because it's a die cast and they have a lot of articulation. And then here, that's a beautiful image. The battle damage mask, and you can see going back, this mask is less battle damage, this one's battle damage. So they just give you so much with this release. Like for Iron Man figures, if they start giving you this much customizability, that's going to be incredible. Imagine getting like the, I don't know, the Mark 6, Mark 7, or you know, any Iron Man suit and be able to customize it up to where it was battle damage from the movie or pretty clean. And then always getting like a Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt, of course, because that's just awesome, man. Like, look at all that, just the minimal battle damage in there. And looks like you even get more pieces because yeah, this one doesn't have all those gashes. You see that? It's like a bit cleaner. And then this one on the right has so many gashes. And then this one has seldom gashes. So is that like 4 different looks for the chest? Wait, what am I saying? 4? 3 different looks for the chest. I just made up an, well, I guess 4 because yeah, I'm thinking of you can actually pop the chest off. Yeah, I saved it there. So yeah, like look at this. Like just holding the battery, you can like stick it up in there, have them charging, just sitting on the base, kind of charging up. And the top of the base looks pretty nice too. I do love the way the arc reactor looks. I'm just staring at this figure and I'm impressed. This is so good looking. Like you have the rockets that can pop out of his actual like wrist. Of course, the shoulder rockets up there as well. And just look at this. You can't tell me that it's not a beautiful Iron Man right there. Like the head sculpt, and there's just something about like seeing his like head and then seeing his actual arm under the suit. Just, it's really appealing to me. I really like that. It's such a unique look. This is going to be a super unique Iron Man on your shelf. I just love this. Just looks absolutely amazing. And then here he is very battle damaged. He has his arm intact, but yeah, he got pretty messed up. And of course he's still charged. And you can see also the legs, you can kind of like pop the armor open and you see all the light up effects underneath. That's crazy cool. Like, look at that. I love that. And then here on the right, like I said, the articulation on these is pretty good usually. So you can just have them in like a whole crouching, like, or landing type pose. And then here you can see all the suit is like really open. You see all the flaps on the legs. You can see like the arm, the rockets are out on the shoulders, the wrists. And then of course, like this is why I was talking about my save there about the 4 different like chest displays, because you see the metalwork in there. They pop the pieces off. The shoulders are popped out. The armor was popped off of the actual the biceps and stuff. So yeah, seems like you can pop a bunch of pieces out, just swap them out, everything. And then here on the right, that mask is actually the special edition exclusive. So if you want to, you could have the suit like all opened up. And what's crazy is I believe they still have up for pre-order on Sideshow a Iron Man, I forget if it's Mark 6, Mark 7, but where everything's kind of open. So it's interesting. They have that one where you could have it all open. But like I was saying, this is one of the best looking Iron Man releases because look at this. You can display him with like the whole suit open. So what is that? Like 4 or 5 different display modes now? Because you have like the full battle damage with his arm out, you know, the head sculpt. You have the super battle damage full suit. You have the cleaner looking suit. You have this kind of like mode with everything open, and I guess maybe 5 because you can have this with the armor pieces off, like it's being built seal. Like this is just so cool. Like there's so much customizability. I know diecast Iron Man are pricier, but I don't know, there's just so much for this one. So if people do pick up multiples, I could see why, because yeah, you can just do a lot with this actual release. And just yeah, looking at the cleaner suit here, this looks so nice. I do really like the gold that is like the primary color on this one compared to the red. Yeah, that just looks amazing. It's hard to find any flaws with this release, to be honest. And then when I'm trying to find a flaw, they throw this up on here. Like, look at that head sculpt. Man, you could not tell me that's good. And the rolling eyeballs. Like, has there been a Robert Downey Jr. release with rolling eyeballs? I know there's none that I own, and I don't think I've seen any. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments though, but I think this is one of the first, if not the first, Robert Downey Jr. rolling eyeball head sculpts, and it looks incredible. Like that battle damage up on the face, just that likeness. It's like flawless to me. It looks so good. And then of course, he's just kind of jumping up on his base or something. Some cool. And then here he's got like the bottom flaps open. He's missing like the top armor, just raising his hand in the air, you know, got some Optimus Prime looking posing going on. And yeah, like the base, look at the Iron Man 3, the Mark 42, the little nameplate right there. That looks so good, man. And then looking at it in detail, I will admit, I forget what this little thing is. So remind me in the comments, but this is a special edition exclusive, this kind of semi-herbal open up mask basically. And then up here, I can't remember what that is either, but you get it. And then, you know, I know what this is. It's a little decal painted in there, Mark 42. That's awesome. And then, so this one on the left is a bit yellower to me based on where they did for the lighting, but still looks awesome. Got all the flaps open. Then looking at the flaps in greater detail right here, just look at that. You got the legs, you can just open everything up, and the blue glow is a really nice touch. It's a really, really nice release. Like, just look at this. I mean, the city's destroyed in the background, but I don't think that happened in Iron Man 3 from what I can remember. So, you know, a bit inaccurate, but we'll go for it because it looks cool. And yeah, this is just such an awesome looking release. Just look at that. That is a beautiful figure. I'm gonna honestly struggle between like posing him kind of like this with the arm out and kind of like this with like semi battle damage, and then probably won't display it in sentry mode though. But man, it's so tough trying to figure that out right now, because I'm like, I look so good with the head sculpt and stuff, so I'm kind of leaning towards that. But then also, of course, like the whole battle damage with like the mask and everything. I don't know, it's gonna be a tough one. Like, man, it's such a good release. That's why if I have to debate how I want to display it, that's how you know it's a good release, because it looks amazing. And then you see like all the back flaps open up here, and that's more back flaps open up than I remember they usually have. And I love this. You can actually see the skin tone and stuff under the suit here on this left arm. I'm so glad they gave us that close up, because I didn't realize you could even see that on some other arms. Like, man, oh, this is such a cool release. And then just to recap, let's look at everything this deluxe special edition comes with. Just note here on the left, the special edition is the only way to get that kind of open mask. And then of course you get the interchangeable right arm with different hands. You get the heavy damaged armors, so you have to get the deluxe edition if you want the really damaged armor looking pieces, even the one that sticks out with like the actual arm sticking through. And the base looks awesome, LED lighted figure base, and it plugs in with USB. Amazing. So yeah, and then you can see everything that comes kind of standard. You have the suit, makes sense, you know, you can take the flaps off, separate rolling eyeballs, awesome. The actual mask looks really good. You have that battle damage one right there. You have the actual like swap out pieces for the arms. You have the battery pack to kind of charge them up. The wrist rockets, the back flaps open, bottom flaps open, all right down there. You have more of the suit, and you have a bunch of hands. This is an awesome looking figure. And to just correct myself a little bit, the base is going to be USB light up, but the figure itself, it seems like it's going to be battery operated again. That kind of sucks, but yeah, maybe one day they'll figure out how to actually light the Iron Man figure up with USB. But I think this is amazing. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Are you picking them up? Are you skipping it? Do you have the 1.0? Is this better than the 1.0 in your opinion? I know for us newer collectors, this is one that we might want because it's a 2.0 and one of the best looking Iron Man releases that I can think of. Like, if anything, you could always take that head sculpt, slap it on your battle damage Mark 85, because that one's always going to be head sculpt. Is that how you say it? Head sculpt? Head sculpted or something? You know, he's going to be wearing the head sculpt instead of the mask in my display, and this head sculpt looks so good. So let's just talk about it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like. Definitely hit subscribe, because we look at figures, do tons of fun stuff over here, reviews, all that. And as always, a special shout out to the channel members. So if you want to become a channel member, just click the join button, check it out. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I look forward to talking to you guys again very soon. So until next time, stay 6 scale.